The I, the D, the D, the Y, the D, the I, the D is Diddy. Hold up, is Diddy. Yo, welcome to Botswana Reacts. Today we're reacting to the trial updates as more details and more juicy tea comes out about the Diddy trial. And yeah, I am one of those people that um like as much as I like to know everything, there's not enough time, but also I want to know what's going on. So um I guess consider this another Diddy dip dive. No baby oil. So we're going to start with what is happening now, the latest live updates from the Sean Diddy trial. Um or the Sean Diddy Combs trial, should I say. The guy has so many names, he can never keep up. All right, let's just go straight to what is happening today. We know that Mia, which is, I guess, like a name to protect her identity, a name that was chosen to protect her identity, is testifying, and she's one of Diddy's former assistants. She's using this as a pseudonym in court, and she is obviously hoping to protect her identity and but still speak her truth, which kind of is crazy when you think about this, because like if somebody gotta protect their identity and they're fearful for what may happen to them because of um, the type of empire, the type of circle that this Diddy man has is crazy. So like it's just like, you know, Mia is saying all these things, testifying, and what's crazy is like, um, I think we're all gonna know who she is. First of all, there's like a section of the general public that's allowed in the court. So if you're in the courtroom and you see somebody take a stand, you know who it is. If you're Diddy and you hear the voice, or if you're like anybody that was part of Diddy's entourage, you know who that person is. So I really don't know if Mia, first of all, is a good way to approach things, but hey, to each their own. Let's but the thing about her, as I'm saying, the it speaks to the kind of power that this guy had, or that Diddy had, you know. So she needs to protect her identity, and then I wonder how many more people with pseudonyms are going to appear in court to testify, because yeah, there's a big case. It's a sex trafficking trial, so all eyes are on this, so we got to react to it. So yeah, earlier today she said the rapper physically and sexually abused her or assaulted her, and the moment I heard that, I was like, how much muddier was this gonna get? You know, this is somebody who was your former assistant, and she's saying that you physically and sexually assaulted her. And we know that earlier testimony was given by Deontay Nash, a celebrity stylist and friend of Cassie Ventura, who testified that he witnessed Combs be violent with Cassie. And the prosecution star witness who testified previously about the physical and sexual abuse she says she endured from Combs, right? And Combs has pleaded not guilty, by the way, of course, to charges that include racketeering, conspiracy, and sex trafficking. And if convicted on all counts, he could face up to life in prison. Now, the it's been in a full day of court today. That's where the situation is right now. But I think the updates are coming in as we speak, because this Mia is testifying. The court was on break about 5 minutes ago, so we can do a quick recap of what has happened today in court. We already said you know, a little bit about, with a little bit more detail, obviously, on how the kind of abuse that Mia endured. So she's a key, what we know is that she's a key witness in the prosecution's case, and specifically with the regards to racketeering conspiracy charge, right? So Mia has so far testified that Combs was violent with her, and she details an occasion where she observed the relationship between Cassie and Diddy, and she says uh, this is okay. So this is actually words from one of the people in court that was saying that this is key because it's taking that he said she said out of the equation, and it's supporting Cassie's testimony. So like Mia is actually a very key factor in this prosecution case. So it's giving the picture to the jury of an enterprise rather than just say an entertainment company that Diddy was running, where there's coercion, there's control, and it's dysfunctional. So it's a little bit kind of that really trying to make this charge stick, which is kind of difficult, right? But I guess Mia's somebody that will really help to make sure that Diddy gets locked up for longer. Um, what's a little bit weird to me is that she chose to have the name Mia, right? What's the next pseudonym gonna be? We've heard of Jane Doe, but Mia is the first time. It's the first time. Big up to Stephanie and Riri in the building, by the way. Get out of here, Riri. Saying, bro, you should get the free Diddy t-shirt like 50 and make some money. I hear it's 20 an hour for wearing the t-shirt. You know what? Considering that they start court really early and look at the time right now, I could have, yo, we could have cashed in. Nah, but I would never do that for a free Diddy t-shirt. But also, it's like, what do the t-shirts do? Like, is there a member of the jury that's going to be like, aha, and that t-shirt right there just convinced me we got a free Diddy. I really don't understand that type of protest. Big up to you, the waiting room in the house. Shout out to Doctor. Shut up. I just noticed it. All right. Let's get back to where we are and what happened in court, right? So yeah. So like one thing that stood out to me today was like this former assistant of Diddy, of Puffy Combs, of P. Diddy. She said that she was pressured into snorting K. Now, if you don't know what snorting K is, this Chat GPT. Uh so she testified that the first time she took drugs other than uh Mary J was with Combs at his Miami house. She said Combs gave her MDMA and told her she was now part of the Breakfast Club. And we're not talking Charlemagne the God, DJ Envy. No, 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 no. This is kind of like helping I paint that picture that like to be part of the cool club. You may just be an assistant that is right here with a good heart, kind, innocent, never done drugs, and you're now like an assistant of the one of the most important people in the music industry, and that you're hanging out with all the A-listers. You're in yachts, you're in mansions, McMansions, and name it. And now, like, you're now in his Miami home. He's got part of his friends in there, the whole circle, and you know, your boss hands you a pill, saying, "Here, Riri, take this pill if you want to be a part of the Breakfast Club." It's kind of crazy because she also described this incident at the Burning Man where Combs had 3 plates with white powder. Whoa, whoa! Let me show you guys what I'm looking at. My lord, you may think I'm making this up. Whoa, boy! This is interesante. Burning Man. You ever it's funny because somebody told me about Burning Man and I was like, they were like, you should come to Burning Man. I was like, what? Yeah, I'll come. I didn't even know what Burning Man was. And I was like, what is Burning Man? Yay. So yeah, she described she was at Burning Man. Combs had 3 plates. Plates, not teaspoons, not spoons, but plates of powder. 1 M, 1 yayo, and 1K. Molly, cocaína, and ketamine. Ketamine. People were taking turns going up and playing some guessing. So it's like you guess which is which. No wonder it's lit at Burning Man, huh? Oh Lord. Jesus. What was going on in this situation? It's crazy. So people were taking turns going up and playing some guessing games. Combs told Mia it was her turn. She tried to protest, but Combs became upset when she tried to fake taking drugs. Whoa, and separated out the dose he wanted her to take. Oh, okay. So Mia playing games. You're gonna fake take a drug? This shit is expensive. Combs probably said, nah, that's where the expression powder in your nose comes from then. This is disrespectful. If you're put in a situation like this, Stephanie, all you gotta do is like say, no, this is not my thing. I wanna listen. I'm gonna be the best personal assistant ever, but I'm not gonna assist you by taking these drugs. You just say no. I don't want to be a part of the Breakfast Club. That's what you say. You say no. But yeah, but she fake took the drugs. Now I'm not saying like Diddy's justified in doing that, but like, yo, just say it's like fake smoking. That's some people that are like, yo, yeah, you know exactly what I was gonna say, Riri. You're like, fam, this is not a cigar. Inhale. Keep it in. You know what I mean? Anyway, whatever. But like, yeah, at the end of the day, your boss should not be putting you in this type of situation at whatever cost. Mia said she snorted the drug, which turned out to be K, and then tried to blow some of it out when she was out of view. She testified that she had never taken K before. I didn't think I had a choice, she said. Oh, poor Mia. I feel for her. I really, really feel for her. She also recalled the time when Cassie was nervous before her hotel stay. She started getting stomach issues. Earlier on today, she said she had to clean up a nightmare scene in Combs's hotel room. What was this nightmare scene? She says, it was standard procedure to sweep the rooms to make sure there wasn't anything a housekeeper could take to TMZ, the celebrity news outlet. Okay. So that means yeah, make sure that it's at least worthy to be looked at by a housekeeping, by the custodial. So he had the pre-custodial team, and Mia was the pre-custodial team after doing them things. My lord. Pin a tail on a donkey game or a drug mule choices. Stephanie, do you know anything about these parties that yo? But this is crazy though, Steph. It's wild. When you hear about this, so the rooms would be a nightmare. Mia testified in court in front of a jury. She's saying with baby oil, candle wax, and sometimes blood to clean up. Combs told Mia it was period blood. She said, "How did you know it was period blood? I thought blood is just blood. Period blood is like regular blood." I don't know. Anybody can chime in and clarify for an uninformed male. Please let me know. Does period blood look different from blood? If yeah, then okay, it makes sense. But if not, then Mia, we gotta check which one she took before testify. It was also Mia's job to take Combs and Ventura to the hotel, set up their rooms. Yes, that's what a personal assistant would be doing to somebody like that, right? You can imagine, obviously, probably anybody that is public figure has personal assistants that help with these things. All right, these 3 new updates that we should look at right now, because this trial is probably intensifying. But she says she would unpack toiletries, including lotions, baby oil, and lubricante. Mia said candles were also on the list. They had to be white, and if they were glade, the label had to be ripped off. She said he didn't like the glade candles. That's strange. Are Glade candles bad or something? They had to be white. Mia would then be on call in case Combs asked her to bring something like more baby oil or something like that, Yeah, crazy. Oh, she says she saw him digging his nails into Cassie's arm at a Cannes movie premiere. This is just terrible, man. Cassie's been through it. All right, let's look at what the 3 updates are, and maybe we'll go back to see after the nails update. All right. Now, a minute ago, Mia says internal alarm bells went off when she got close to her. Mia testified the next time Diddy Combs made her feel uncomfortable sexually following the incident on his 40th birthday was at a time in his New York apartment. Oh. First it's in Miami, now it's in New York. Riri says, why when I say baby oil, I sound excited? Because honestly, I'll tell you the truth, right? There's this content creator called Amor Wiggins. And he said, baby oil so many times. I just started laughing and I cannot unhear it. And the way he was saying, he'd be like explaining that, like, Diddy would want, like, when he was with Cassie and they were having them freak offs, he would want them glistening with baby oil. So every 2 or 3 minutes he'll be like, baby oil. More baby oil. 2 minutes later, more baby oil. That's crazy. We're like, what? That's why I'm scarred. I could never ever look at Johnson and Johnson's baby oil the same. Now I can't even say it the same. Anyway, also if you watch Steve Harvey, let me show you quickly. Let's take a quick little divergence and show you what I meant by Steve Harvey with the baby oil. You will be like, hold on a second. What are you talking about, Botswana? Look at this. This is from a Steve TV show. Probably will get copywritten or something. I don't know if Steve Harvey cares about this. If something happens, then we know Steve knows something. But tell me.
Hi, Steve.
Yes. Tell me if Steve doesn't know something. Let's look at this. Lotions and potions, lotions, emotions. Stephanie's an enabler, Stephanie knows. Ay.
I've been married for 32 years.
Mm-hmm. Congratulations, 32 years. That's not easy.
by the grace of God, my husband is a pastor. And we don't get to spend a lot of time together.
You saw Steve blinking like, uh-oh.
So we found Thursdays as being fun Thursdays for the two of us. And we go somewhere different every time, a new restaurant. We tried new hotels. We've ordered pizza out and done fun things like that. But we're kind of bored now.
Uh-oh.
So we're looking for some new ideas from you.
What is Pastor's wife asking of Steve Harvey? Hey. What is Steve Harvey going to say?
So could you help us out with some fun Thursdays? And remember, I'm a pastor's wife. So.
Full time.
Amen.
This is Ask Steve.
Stephanie, what do you think Steve is gonna say? Swingers party incoming. Yo, like Steve, how you gonna be like, hey, hit up Pastor. Let him know he can ask Steve anything.
Maybe you should have went to the other show and asked Joel Osteen. I ain't really got no Christian answer for you. You want to spruce things up with the pastor. I'm just going to have to keep it real with you. Y'all been having like bowling night and pizza night and all like that. Just throw some baby oil in there.
What? Back up a second. Back up. Hold up. Rewind.
Y'all been having like bowling night and pizza night and all like that. Just throw some baby oil in there. Pastor, it ain't nothing sinful about throw some baby oil in there. I'm telling you, baby oil it just go with everything. You can get baby oil on pizza. I done got it on pizza before. You would take
Riri, come and help. What is Steve talking about?
in there. I'm telling you, baby oil it just go with everything. You can get baby oil on pizza. I done got it on pizza before. You would taste it, you can't even hardly taste it.
Baby oil plus pizza. Baby oil plus pizza. What?
Baby all around my mouth before. I don't even know what's on there. I just suggest on pizza. I done got it on pizza before. You would taste it, you can't even hardly taste it. I had baby all around my mouth before. I don't even know what's on there. I just suggest a baby oil type night. It's just baby oil.
All right.
Praise the Lord, baby oil.
And that's how we are gonna clip that one. Praise the Lord, baby oil. Bruh. Wow. He's a comedian, but like, how do you suggest baby oil, Riri, to somebody that want to spice things up with their husband? Come on now. Baby oil on you can't just watch that and say it's just a coincidence. It was just a baby oil joke. Riri, you cannot. You know why you cannot do that? Because we can go to Google right now and say Steve Harvey Diddy vacation. Look at what comes out on Google Images. Now, that is on a yacht in Italy. That's Steve Harvey, P. Diddy, Steve Harvey's daughter, Lori Harvey. Okay, now Lori Harvey's older here. You can see, my Lord, she's holding P. That's another story for another day. We don't want to get into that right now. Look at that. Lori Harvey because these guys, Diddy and Steve Harvey, been friends for a long time. Long time. I don't even know how, like old picture. Like there's, I think I remember. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. That's Puff Daddy, Steve Harvey, and Snoop Dogg. And this definitely looked like 1990, before 1998. Or maybe it's early 2000. Let's see what year this is. Can we find out? 1997. Hey! Ladies and gentlemen. Riri, there's something going on. Is this the Discovery Channel? No, we out here just, talking about Steve Harvey because we're on a quick little tangent about Steve Harvey and how he said baby oil. And now we can never look at baby oil the same. And yeah, anyway, let's get back to business. Let's get back to business because the trial is going on right now. He's on Prime TV. Nah, you can't say baby oil on pizza. Yale is a pizza expert. I'm going to ask it. Exactly. All right. Rub your husband down with baby oil. Nah, I want him to explain. What does he said? I don't have baby oil around my mouth, bro. Something is going on here, and you can tell this friendship with Steve Harvey and Diddy has been on for a very long time, So, okay, all right. Before let's quickly just catch up on this because I don't want to miss out as the story is still unfolding. So, Combs, former assistant, said an internal alarm bell went off. Right, they were in the New York apartment. That's where we were. My bad. And I'll put the link in the chat in a moment. Riri, let me just catch up real quick. Mia said she was bringing Combs's bags to his apartment, and his security said something about the lines of "I've seen this before." When she got inside, Mia said Combs asked her to look up something on the computer, and then he sat next to her. Mia said Combs leaned over her and got very close. She said her internal alarm bells went off. Ooh. I felt really uncomfortable, but I didn't know how to behave. Mia said she asked to go to the bathroom, and when she came out, she left the apartment. So your boss is leaning over you, and he's very close. Look up something on the computer, and then your boss sits next to you and leans over you. Yeah, that is assault. That is sexual assault right there. It was Combs's 40th birthday. Mia had been working for Combs for a few months. He asked to speak with her, and the two of them went into the kitchen where he told her she was doing a good job and he didn't want to be nervous about coming to him and questions. Mia testified he then offered her 2 shots. He said, "Oh, okay. All right, here's 2 shots of Ciroc. Don't ever feel nervous about asking me any question, Mia." This is Diddy saying to his personal assistant. Wow. She was shocked when Combs then leaned in to kiss her against the wall. I was shocked and I froze. I couldn't even process what was happening. So she took the shots. Wait. Hold on. Before we get to the shots, she said that she remembers wondering if she had eaten enough beforehand because the shots hit me kind of hard. Damn. So she probably was taking shots on an empty stomach. Don't ever have an empty stomach at your boss's 40th birthday party. So otherwise your boss might end up kissing you, especially if your boss is Diddy. The next thing Mia remembers clearly is sitting in a chair in the main room in the penthouse as the sun came up. Oh, Jesus! She said she thought it would never happen again, that her boss had just been drunk and that it was probably a huge accident. Mia planned not to tell anyone, she testified. Oh, Lord have mercy. Poor Mia. Okay, and then the other update was former employee says Combs raped her at his. Oh Lord. Okay, I'm gonna put the link in there because this is disgusting. The diddler. Such a disappointment. You would have thought he's a pillar to the black community. You would have thought, wow, this guy is somebody to, you you look up to, but my Lord, he went from a symbol of black excellence to, I don't even know what to call it, like embarrassment and disgust. Mia is now testifying about an occasion in 2009 and 2010 where she said Sean Diddy Combs raped her. The former assistant said she was asleep in Combs's LA. Oh my God, we went from Miami to New York. Now we're in LA. Combs climbed on top of her. She said she was sleeping with the door unlocked because she wasn't allowed to lock it. Mia testified that she was woken up by the weight of a person on top of me. It was Combs. This is horrible. Mia said Combs told her to be quiet and used one hand to get his pants off. After a pause, Mia said he put I just froze. When asked how she felt, Mia said she was terrified and confused and ashamed and scared. It was very quick, but it felt like, oh man, it felt like forever. Mia said, audibly emotional and sniffling. This has got to be traumatizing for her to say this in front of her, so many people, in front of the world, Mia went on to recount another time she said Combs sexually assaulted her at his home in Los Angeles. She said she was on the floor in his closet packing a bag when he assaulted her. I felt like trash. She felt scared and ashamed and like an idiot. This is really bad. Today, Diddy is catching a big L. Like the way this case has been going, these moments where like it feels like the defense is really doing a good job in poking holes in the witnesses' testimony, but the cross-examination for this is going to be wild. And I don't think it's going to happen today. That's going to be tomorrow, because she's still giving her testimony right now. If Diddy did this, horrible, powerful, taking advantage, disgusting celebrity, says Combs. SLD says Diddy is just evil. Oh boy. Riri, big up.
What's going on, bots?
What a very disgusting moment of the case, like some of it has been freaky, some of it is crazy, some of it is just like it's like it's wild. It's wild. It's really intense. Oh, I'm just touched right now, bro. Why are you giggling? What Riri?
Bro, your reactions are hilarious, bro.
Nah, fam. This is no. Do you know where this is really coming from? I used to look up to this guy,
That's why I'm laughing.
and
I
I'm
don't look
seeing
up. I don't look up to no celebrity, bro. I'm telling you that right now. Them people are all human. They just got a little bit more money than us, but they all got flaws. They all got flaws, bro. That's for damn sure. They all got flaws. They
that
all human.
Diddy got major.
And you know what it is though? And
Yeah,
I think like I was saying to you the other day offline when we were talking about it.
yeah.
People who live in New York, who've been living in New York for X amount of years and know what the streets say about this guy, this
Mm,
stuff is not shocking to a lot of people. You know what I mean? In New York, I should say. I
yeah,
shouldn't say I should be very specific to like
Yeah,
people in New York. This is not all this stuff that's been said is not shocking to a lot of New Yorkers where he's concerned because for years there've been talks about certain things that he's had his hand in or been a part of or ordered or whatever the case may be.
yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? So for me, none of this moves me. Like it doesn't move me, bro. Because like the fact that he used to beat his this woman that he claimed to love and this woman that to this day he built a monument for this woman, but
Yeah.
I don't think people realize he used to beat Kim really badly, like
Oh.
really really badly,
And for
like
people that don't know, Kim is the mother of his twins and son, right?
and
Christian.
son, yeah
Yeah.
yeah yeah, you know what I mean. So yeah, and that's before the whole him blowing up with Ciroc and
Yeah.
blowing up with all of that stuff. This is when he was starting because he met Kim. She was the receptionist at Def Jam,
Yeah.
right? And that's when they started their relationship. And yeah, since then, man, like this dude is not a saint, bro. He's never been a saint. Like he's never been a saint.
Uh,
So
and now, Riri, there's other people that were witnessing some of these things happening as well. They also like gotta be held accountable. Like that, I get it. Like if you're in a sexual relationship with him, a consensual sexual relationship with him, it's another story. Like the Stockholm syndrome and like wanting,
oh
getting.
yeah, and then there's the power conundrum. You know what I mean? Like this man, and like I keep saying, and without saying too much, because at the end of the day, we're on a public platform.
Yeah.
But the connections that he has, or had, I should say, you know what I mean, go
Hmm.
beyond the music industry or go beyond. If you look into it, and I think you touched on this the other day when you did the half an hour, his
Yeah.
his dad was involved in like mob behavior. You know
Hmm.
what I mean? So
Hmm.
he has those kind of connections in that world, like you know what I'm saying. So when you look at it all around, like I said to you when I said to you offline,
Yeah.
he pissed off somebody that he shouldn't have pissed off,
Yeah.
and they were like, "All right, this is how we gonna do it." You know
Yeah.
what I mean? We've
Yeah.
built you up. We've built you up, and we're gonna show you that we can tear you down. Yo, did he? You see that? Okay, so you saw the link, the screenshot I sent. You saw that man's looking in court, bro. Gray
Yeah.
hair, looking like he's 60 something years old, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what
It's
I mean?
Yeah, it's wild that like
So that's what
that.
I'm saying. Like these people are like they have their hands in everything, right? They have
Yeah.
their hands in media, they have their hands in music, they have their hands, in everything. They have their hands in Manchester United.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But
So they've pretty much, own a lot of these areas,
yeah.
and they make or break these people. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's just like people say, oh, these young rappers that come in or these young singers, women that come in, they do certain things to get into the industry. You don't think Diddy had to do certain things to get where he needed to get, bro?
There's that aspect too, He also had to do some strange things for some change, they say. Like,
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying to you. So you know what I mean? So, bro, it is just listen. He might not get the time that they're looking to give him, but he is going to serve time. They're gonna make
yeah.
sure he serves time.
No, like hearing this like disgusting testimony as well. Even now, this is Cassie and all the trauma and horrible like things she's been through. Just hearing somebody who's now just a former PA. She's probably she was probably very like um um like hopeful and like very innocent and wanting to make wiggle her way into the entertainment industry,
Yeah,
and she's
yeah, 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 yeah. Of course.
things
But
like this.
you see that statement that Stephanie just said there? It's
Yeah,
like a gang. It's like an initiation into a gang. And it depends on the initiation, the type of initiation that you have to go through for the, in this industry. Because this industry, there's different types of initiations.
yeah,
Some people don't bend and they don't flex and they don't, look at Weinstein. Look at all these actresses that said, he called them into his office and, basically try to solicit sexual favors from them just so they could get into a movie or a show or something. You know what
yeah,
I mean?
yeah,
So these predators, bro, they're out there. They're out there and they're alive and well in the industry.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Look at
Yeah.
that dude with all those young movie stars or whatever the other day that came out.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
With all the young movie stars, I think is what for Disney? Is it Disney or Nickelodeon?
yeah,
Nickelodeon.
yeah,
All
yeah, yeah.
those young stars that were on Nickelodeon, and the fact that he was like a pedophile or whatever the case may be, it's
Yeah.
just it. Yo, these men in the industry, bro. The industry is just the underbelly of the industry is nasty.
It's
It's
nasty.
disgusting.
It's
It is
evil.
just evil, straight
Yeah,
evil, bro. Straight
yeah.
evil.
Let me say big up to anybody that also just tuned in. I see a few people also just pulled up, were reacting to the
But
date.
you gotta start posting this in the chats, them, so people could actually know
Yeah.
you're doing this. You know what I mean?
Yes, 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 yes. I just did that. I think that's why some people just pulled up. But yeah, Diddy's former assistant is testifying right now, and she's giving her testimony, and she's said things about violence she saw, and like in vacation island, and like Diddy was also too powerful for the police. That's part of like the feeling of like anybody that was working for him would see things that way, see that and this is corroborated by the fact that like if you hear about the Kid Cudi testimony that like the fingerprints, there's only partial evidence in terms of like them trying to trace who actually put a bomb, a Molotov cocktail in Kid Cudi's car. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
but think about it, bots. Think
Yeah,
about it. You're
yeah,
in the industry. You're linked to certain men, right?
yeah,
Those men are linked to other men in other areas in
yeah,
the judicial system, in the police force, in the whatever. So if
yeah,
you're linked to these men and you and them have some sort of understanding and something happens, you make a phone call and be like, yo, I need a favor. Can you XYZ, whatever, whatever? It's gonna get
just
done.
hide
It's
the evidence, whatever, just destroy the
it's gonna
fingerprint. That's
you know what I
all.
mean? It's gonna get done. If people think that doesn't happen in this day and age in this world, they're 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 grossly mistaken. They're
Yeah.
grossly mistaken. And it happens in first world countries a lot. It's just done really, really discreetly. Like,
Damn.
I mean, how many times have we seen some judges get hauled in because they've been on the take or being blackmailed or being bribed or, was a part. Why do you
Mhm.
think they still have not released that full list from what's his name? The one that they found dead in the prison that Donald
Uh,
Trump is linked to and Prince
yeah.
Prince
uh,
and Princess Charles's brother is linked to and all of that. What's his name?
Epstein.
Epstein.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah,
That list was supposed to be released and it never got released. Think about it,
horrible things. Horrible, horrible.
man.
Yeah. Let's catch up on what she's saying right
Yeah, yeah,
now.
yeah. Go ahead, read it out.
Yeah, so she says that Diddy ran off with her phone and threatened to use anything he found against her. So before the break, the former assistant was testifying that Diddy's sex trafficking trial recounted a time she said he grabbed her phone and ran off, injuring her as he tried to grab the device back, and later threatening to use anything incriminating he found. So she's testifying under the pseudonym Mia, by the way. She said that Combs She was with Combs at his Revolt Media Productions office when he borrowed her phone to make a call and then ran off with it rather than handing it back. Very, very childish. Can I make a call? Snatch it, and then Diddy is running away with you. Crazy. Mia said she was scared her boss would see a text to his stylist where she badmouthed Combs. Oh, she chased after the after Diddy, who slammed her arm in a bathroom door multiple times when she tried to follow him. He eventually ran into the street outside and left, leaving Mia with a badly bruised arm that she thought might have been broken. This is crazy. Imagine Diddy on the street running with Mia's phone. Like and Mia's just trying to get the phone. This is crazy, you know. When she saw Combs later that day, he told her, I wouldn't want someone going through my phone if I had what you had in there. Uh, I sent all of your compromising or inappropriate photos to my phone so that I got something on you just in case you got something on me. Damn. The jury saw emails Mia sent to other staff members after the incident where she asked for someone to pick her up because she was stranded without her phone. When asked what had happened, Mia said in the emails it was an in-person story. She testified in court today that the comment was a reference to never putting stories involving violence into an email. So they would say, this is an in-person story. Anything you got it when you're talking about the violence you
Yeah,
experience.
because that's probably the NDA that most of
Yeah,
them had to sign.
jeez. So this is crazy. And what's sad is that somebody, like when you're young and you don't know, you're just signing an NDA. You don't know that if you see
Yeah,
something,
yeah, yeah, of course, of course. You not read, but most people don't read the fine print on any contract that they sign. Like,
yeah.
you know what I mean?
NDAs shouldn't, like, say NDA, you can't disclose anything to the police. If you see something, say something. That's what they say in the
Yeah,
city.
but if it's in the NDA, then it's admissible in court regardless. So
Yeah, this is wild. This is wild. So, um, now what 30 minutes ago, so racketeering charges challenging because the focus has been on individual actions. The legal expert says, wait, oh, so is this a cross-examination? um Mia continues her testimony about her experience as Diddy's assistant. The prosecution may still have a steep hill to climb in proving that Combs was running a criminal enterprise. This is like a comment, obviously, from a trial consultant called Richard Gabriel. So yeah, typically racketeering involves lots and lots of incidents, lots of people, but taking uh they're talking about a couple of people and they're talking about a lot of abuse. So I think jurors could view this as just a lot of horrible behavior, individual abuse, and even potential criminal behavior. But if it adds up to some sort of concerted enterprise, I think that is the steepest hill here. Yeah, it's pretty much confirming what we were talking about, saying that like this, because like the way I understand racketeering is like it was against mobs, like
yeah, yeah,
organized
yeah, yeah, yeah. But
mob.
remember, they haven't yet put into evidence or brought into the trial all the videos and stuff they found in his house. That stuff is yet to
Sure.
be brought up on trial. They're just, I think they're going after the sex trafficking aspect of it first,
Yeah.
and then the
Yeah.
racketeering stuff is like, I think is gonna have to be done, have to do with like whatever evidence they found on those hard drives or whatever the case may be.
Them hard drives are gonna have some celebrities, I tell you. It's going to be crazy. Like when them hard drives, because there's also
Yeah, but I
apparently,
think that's why it's taking so long, because
yeah,
remember
yeah.
that that is an invasion of privacy also, that they have to be very, 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 they have to tread very lightly with people and their name and you know what I mean, and stuff like that. So they can't, they, you know, because then those people will have lawyers that will file injunctions and stuff like
Mhm.
that. So it'll take a minute for
Jeez.
all that stuff to come out.
Yeah. Jeez. Um, Combs's former assistant Mia explains why she didn't tell him no during alleged sexual assault. Mia said she never wanted to engage in sexual assault in sexual acts. Now the prosecutor is here, obviously. Oh my God, medicine. Now the thing about this prosecutor, you know, like she's actually apparently she's a survivor of sexual assault too. So it's kind of
Right, right,
crazy.
right, 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 right.
This is yeah. Anyway, so medicine asked Mia if she ever told Combs no during the sexual assault, and she says no. I tried to squiggle out of them if I could. So she asked why she didn't tell Combs no. I couldn't tell him no, like about a sandwich. I couldn't tell him no about anything. There's no way I could tell him no, Mia said. Mia said she was afraid that she'd become a target. He would fire me and ruin my future and somehow twist the story into making me look like a threat. This is crazy. Do you think
Yeah,
the
but that's what, you know, because everybody's saying, oh, you know, why didn't these people say no, or why didn't these people push back? You have to understand, when somebody's in the position that he was in and the power that he wielded, he could have made it very, very difficult for you to get a future job in the industry if that's where you wanted to be. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying? Because he could have like blackballed your name and stuff like that in the industry. So even
yeah,
if you went to get a job, it would be like, yeah, that's not, we can't hire you, or whatever the case may be.
but Riri, like she's saying, I couldn't say no to getting him a sandwich, so I couldn't say no to like to his sexual advances. This is tough because like if she had said to the prosecutor, I said one time no, and then he still disregarded, you know what I mean? This prosecutor is like pretty much like undoing, I don't know.
Well, I mean, no, I don't think she's undoing it, because remember, with sexual trafficking, you know
Yeah,
what I mean? Those people don't say no. They're so terrified and they're so fearful for their lives. Whatever the person that's, you know, trafficking them tells them to do, they do it,
yeah,
because of that fear. Fear will make people do a lot of things, but I think people don't, people, when people say, oh, but if I was in that, you don't know what you're going to do if you were in that position. You
yeah.
don't know what that fear can be very paralyzing. You know what
Mm,
I mean? It can be extremely paralyzing depending on the circumstance or the situation you're in. And a
mm,
lot of people, you know, say, oh, but that would never be me. You don't know that, because you haven't, it's not something that's come knocking at your door. Unless it's come knocking at your door, then you'll know how you react. You know what I mean? So,
yeah. But Riri, it's a little bit like I kind of now like for me, if she had vocalized that she once said no, at least to the sexual stuff,
no, I
then
know you could have deemed it as rape.
yeah,
Definitely.
then
Yeah,
that's
of
how
course.
you gonna make a case that he sexually assaulted me when you didn't say no because like you were afraid that he would fire you? Like it's you know. But anyway, I just hope that her story, like her sharing.
Yeah, I'm watching the news right now, ABC, and that's what they're saying. Where she was trying to, she asked her about the sexual assault and how many times, and she's like, yeah, he did it more than once. So,
Okay. Um, so she testified that like one of his former assistant, so Mia said that she was told that there was an urgent phone call with high level employees to discuss how to handle the assistant, right? Because this is like uh um Mia saying that another assistant had previously told Combs's chief of staff that she thought Combs had hit Cassie. And so there was this urgent phone call. And after the phone call, the assistant was fired. So Mia said Combs later told her that that assistant had filed a lawsuit and Mia may need to take the stand to testify against her regarding an incident where that assistant had punched her. Mia said she didn't end up testifying, Combs also told her that she would have to testify when Capricorn Clark was fired. He said that if there was a lawsuit, I would have to get up on that stand and defend him and say, what he wanted me to say. So he was that controlling, like being like, all right, I'm paying you your salary, but it's also for you to side with me.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Of
I
course,
have this
of
other
course.
assistant. It's very controlling, very
Yeah,
controlling.
yeah, yeah. You can tell he was like that's it's
Yeah,
crazy like how controlling he is, man. A guy like everything that they've been saying, like all these young girls, and if you notice, all the people he have around him,
yeah.
or part like his assistant or whatever, they're not older people. They're very young, influential
Mm-hmm.
people. You know what I mean? Because even this young lady, Mia, she's not that old. She's
Yeah.
she and Cassie are about the same age.
Sheesh.
You know what I
Uh,
mean?
yeah, yeah.
So
Um,
that's where the controlling factor comes in, because the younger they are, the more you can actually control them.
yeah. They're all like trying, and that innocent, and they are like,
Yeah.
it's like programming that he pretty much had
Yep.
all
Yep.
these
Yep. Definitely.
that are like
Definitely.
working for him, and also
Definitely.
helping him like, continue in these horrible ways, So yeah, she said she felt terrified and trapped. And she also didn't think she could report these sexual assaults to the police. She testified that she didn't think reporting the times she said Diddy assaulted her was an option. And she described one time when a cop in LA let her go, even though she was speeding without a license, because she got Combs on the phone to talk to the officer. Wow.
See, that's the part I was telling you about, calling a person, calling this person to call that person to call that person.
And yeah,
That's that kind of connection. So imagine that if he, because cops are not supposed to take bribes, they're supposed to write you a ticket regardless.
yeah.
So yeah, you
And
know what
he
I mean?
Yeah, yeah. Listen to this part. She testified about a separate time she was in a car with Diddy, and they got pulled over with the police. The cops approached pretty aggressively, and once they saw it was Diddy, they were like, "Oh my god!" She said, indicating the cops were excited to see Combs and they were starstruck. Wow, wow. This is like cops being like, "Oh yeah, 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 yeah. I pulled over Diddy, and there's no way you're gonna give him a ticket." So the defense attorney Mark Agnifilo said prosecutors have notified his team of some changes to that direct case, which may impact the defense's case and make it somewhat longer. Uh, Mark said if prosecutors rest earlier than expected, as they have indicated this week, we're probably still bumping up against the 4th of July holiday. This case is going to keep going
Oh
on.
yeah, it's gonna go into the summer.
Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. This is going to be a long, long case. The jury is dismissed.
Definitely gonna go into the summer. For sure, for sure.
Yeah. Well, the jury is dismissed for the day.
Yeah,
And
yeah, yeah. I just saw that on the news.
and yeah, we're approaching the hour mark anyway, and I'm just like really, really, really feeling sorry for Mia and her very chilling testimony, and I feel
Yeah,
like
I'm sorry for all the people that are involved in this, bro, because their lives will never be the same. That's
yeah,
one. You know what I mean? I mean, yeah, she was able to use an alias or whatever the case may be, but
yeah.
you know, I am hoping and praying that Cassie and her husband and her, once her baby comes, can move on from this. You
Oh,
know what I mean?
yeah, her
Because
baby has been born already.
oh well, there you go.
Yeah,
So I'm just hoping that they can move on from this and put this in the past, or put this in the rearview mirror, and
yeah.
just have a happy life. You know what I'm saying? Because
Thanks.
yeah, this man is, bro. That's what I was saying to you the other day in the chat when you were on. I was saying there's a lot of people that have like removed themselves from him. What I mean, look at Mace. Mace has completely distanced himself from
Mate,
Sean.
Don't
And
want
that's before any of this even happened. Him
yeah.
and Sean had a falling out and he distanced himself. The Jada Kiss and the Locks, they don't mess with him like that. Like they don't, you know what I mean? They don't mess with him like that. There's a lot of people that like have removed themselves from his sphere like over the years that people
Mhm.
have not paid attention to or noticed because you know it's not something they wanted to pay attention to or notice. But the people, but people like me who notice certain shit, it's like okay, there's
Yeah.
got to be a reason these people are like trying to like distance themselves from you or especially you being the person that put them on the map or made
Yeah.
them a household name, you know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
yeah, so things like that is what you got to like pay even more keener attention to. Why is it that these people started? And that's why I said I feel like if Biggie was alive, Biggie would not be messing with him in this day and age.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's just more of a polished Suge Knight, bro. Suge Knight is Suge Knight was the rough and tough version of Diddy. Diddy was the, Gucci wearing, Valentino wearing, but same mannerisms, same,
Mhm.
you know. And
Yeah.
just like Suge did time, he's gonna do time too.
Yeah. Well, this is going to be interesting. We'll see. And as uh, um, somebody in the trial, I think Diddy's lawyer is alluding that this case ending on the 4th of July or somewhere even past around that time. It's crazy. It's going to be a
Yeah,
wild.
this case is gonna be way past 4th of July.
Yeah, and yeah, we're gonna see. Um, it does that help him if there's like because the whole thing why the reason is why they are saying this is because like basically if you go to Inner City Press, which is the X account that has been like sort of like sharing some of the portions of the transcripts. Combs's lawyer said the government sent us a letter at 11 p.m. last night about changes to their direct case with fewer witnesses. It might make our case longer. And the judge responded saying, "That's vague. I still see 4th of July." So,
Well, I mean, if
fewer
they're having
witnesses.
if the prosecution has fewer witnesses, how is that making their case longer?
I don't know. Yeah, that's the part I'm like, huh? What are they saying? Like, fewer witnesses, it might make our case longer. And I still see 4th of July.
Maybe it depends on who's on the witness list.
Ah,
If
well,
they have a smoking gun on the witness list, then the defense has to prep for that.
facts, facts. Either way, we'll be reacting to it as it
No,
goes.
no, no. Yeah, definitely, man. This is not, this is prime time, prime time streaming, bots.
Get your popcorn out,
Get your popcorn out.
get your baby
You
oil
just,
out.
you just gotta, you just gotta promote it more. You'll get more people to. Yo, you
Yeah.
need to stop getting excited when you say baby oil, bro. It's suspect.